morning, everybody. Gene, coming to you from Mexico, and this is a channel, if it's your first time, where we look at music from the 21st century. And we ask the one question, is music as good today as it is back in the old days? Do they write them and sing them like they used to? A lot of people feel the old music is better, but I'm not so sure. So today we're going to do a Master Monday where I react to something that's not a true reaction. It's just an indulgence. So today we're going to look at Bettye LaVette. Now she's actually been around since the 1960s. I've seen her 2 times in concert, and she's an American treasure. She did an album of Bob Dylan songs, and this is a performance from the Pace Studios of her doing the song Things Have Changed. I think she does this song better than Bob Dylan, and I'm a huge Bob Dylan fan. I often think his versions are the best. Not this song. I would play them side by side and compare them, but Bob Dylan, I'm pretty sure, will block his song if I use it. So here is Bettye LaVette in Pace Studios performing Things Have Changed. Check out these lyrics in her performance. Simple drum. usually stop every video briefly. She has changed the gender, so it's now sung from a woman's point of view. You know, the song almost works better that way. We'll do a deep dive into the lyrics. Here's a tasty little guitar solo. The band. This is a small little band that's crammed in this studio, and wow, just beautiful tone on this guitar. You could hurt somebody and not even know it. The next 60 seconds could feel like an eternity. Gonna get wore down, fly real high. All the truth in the world ain't nothing but one big lie. I'm in love with a man that don't even appeal to me. Go jump in the lake. I ain't that eager to make that kind of mistake. People are crazy, times are strange. I'm locked in tight, but I'm way out of range. I used to care. Things have changed. Have changed. I used to care. I used to care. I used to care, but things have changed. Wow. I mean, this is just such a A-plus song. Let's do a dive into these lyrics because this is such a great postmodern song. Dylan, who had written, I mean, his style in the 60s, this is completely different. So it says here that director Curtis Hanson selected Dylan to write the song for his 2000 film, Wonder Boys. Though the film was a flop, the track won Best Original Song at the Oscars. Curtis said about Dylan, "Who knows more about being a wonder boy and the trap it can be about the expectations and the fear of repeating yourself? Every song reflects the movie's themes of searching for past promise, future success, and sense of purpose." Well, yeah, okay, so it was written for a movie, but you know, this is one of those songs that you can just, the meaning of it is so powerful. Dylan writes, a worried man, and again, she changes the gender, but, you know, a worried woman with a worried mind, no one in front of me and nothing behind. There's a man in my lap, and he's drinking champagne, got white skin, got assassin's eyes. I'm looking up into the sapphire tinted skies. I'm well dressed, waiting on the last train, standing on the gallows with my head in a noose. Any minute now, I'm expecting all hell to break loose. So he's wound up, he's wound tight. Let's see what these, if we can get any extra from this. This is a reflection, a worried man, a reflection of Dylan's social status as one of the biggest cultural icons of the 20th century. he's the worried man, and he's telling us his position. As with many of Dylan's songs, there are a myriad of interpretations for these lyrics. You can find a sampling of the diversity. Okay, Untold Dylan. Let's see here. And this might be a reference to the final novel of Fyodor Dostoevsky, The Brothers Karamazov. Okay, I'm not sure what that adds. Got white skin and assassin's eyes. Let's see here. So there's no annotation on the rest of this. But I love this chorus. If you hear a little noise in the background, that was my cat, Henry. That, he's very vocal. So he's just going to join us. That's all there is to it. So people are crazy and times are strange. Anybody else feel that way, that people are crazy and times are strange? I'm locked in tight. I'm out of range. This is the key line to me to the song. In other words, I know what's going on. This is sung from Dylan's perspective and mine too, and from Bettye LaVette's. I'm locked in tight. I know what's going on, but I'm way out of range. I'm not in the middle of it. I used to care, but things have changed. This is such a great postmodern line. Love this. I used to care, but things have changed. That's certainly been true in some aspects of my life. That there's things I used to care a lot about. And now, well, I would rephrase it, which is it's outside my sphere of control, and there's nothing I can do about it. But it could be interpreted about not caring. So let's see, this place ain't doing me any good. I'm in the wrong town. I should be in Hollywood. Just for a second there, I thought I saw something move. Gonna take dancing lessons, do the jitterbug rag. Ain't no shortcuts, gonna dress in drag. So she does not change that line. It still works, but I think that's sung a little bit more from or written more from a male perspective. But only a fool in here would think he's got anything to prove. A lot of water under the bridge, a lot of other stuff too. Don't get up, gentlemen. I'm only passing through. See if there's any I'm in the wrong town. Dylan has had a bad time in the filmmaking business, that's for sure. The '78 experimental documentary Ronaldo and Clara flopped. He wrote and acted in Masked and Anonymous, which was poorly received as well. Yeah. But they're assigning autobiographical to this, and I'm not so sure that Dylan was singing from an I never felt that this song was entirely autobiographical. So let's see, there's an annotation here, only a fool would think he's got anything to prove. By 2000, Dylan had easily cemented his status as one of the most notable musical artists of the 20th century. He could almost be calling himself a fool for still feeling like he's got something to prove by continuing to make music. Yeah, we're in a time now, this thing about, Orwell predicted Big Brother, but I think he was more on target with doublespeak. So doublespeak is when you say one thing and mean another, or you deliberately confuse people with your words. People are crazy and times are strange. I'm locked in tight and I'm out of range. The way that Bettye LaVette sings that line, I'm locked in tight, but I'm way out of range. She just puts so much emphasis on that line. I think she just blows Dylan out of the water on that. I've been walking 40 miles of bad road. If the Bible is right, the world will explode. I've been trying to get as far away from myself as I can. How do you do that? Some things are too hot to touch. The human mind can only stand so much. You can't win with a losing hand. That's really an important line because a lot of people today feel like the system's rigged, and it's opened the door for a lot of belief in conspiracy theories. And you'd say, well, what's conspiracy theories got to do with this line? I think it's got everything to do with it. You can't win with a losing hand. A lot of people feel that way. They feel that way. And they've done studies on conspiracy theories that, hey, if it's all rigged, guess what? It ain't my fault, right? So that's the attraction of a conspiracy theory is, hey, I'm not responsible. And people don't like accountability, so you can't win with a losing hand, though. I think Dylan's just kind of saying it matter of fact. I feel like falling in love with the first woman I meet, putting her in a wheelbarrow and wheeling her down the street. Now, I think Bettye might have changed that line. But she says, feel like falling in love with the first man I meet. So, in other words, you'll do. You'll be fine. So then they repeat the chorus, and here's a wonderful, wonderful stanza. Verse 4, I hurt easy, I just don't show it. She brought that music down when she sang this. You can hurt someone and not even know it. Boy, is that true. You ever had anyone tell you, like, hey, you really hurt me, or I was really bothered by something, and it's like a news bulletin to you. You're like, wow, really? I had no idea. The next 60 seconds could be like an eternity. Oh boy. One's life can just spin on a dime, no doubt about it. Gonna get low down, gonna fly high. All the truth in the world adds up to one big lie. That is such a Dylan line. All the truth in the world adds up to one big lie. When I said this is a postmodern song, there you go. I'm in love with a man who don't even appeal to me. Mr. Jinx and Miss Lucy, they jumped in the lake. I'm not that eager to make a mistake. Wow, I'm in love with a man who don't even appeal to me. How can that be? How can you love somebody and they don't appeal to you? Well, Dylan writes that line and you think, yeah, okay. And then he repeats the chorus. So anyway, I think the band on this, you'll notice there's no drummer. He's just kind of banging on a box, and then you had the bass, the guitar, the piano, and the whole thing's based on the vocals. But my understanding is that Bettye LaVette, who was an R&B singer, married a man who liked pop music and Western music, and that she would hear him play music and go, well, what is that? And a lot of the music that she performs, she does not write. It's just music she heard her husband playing around the house. And she ended up discovering some Dylan, ended up doing this entire album in the early 2000s, and wow, I think this take of Things Have Changed is just a masterpiece. So welcome to Master Monday. If you've got any suggestions, put them down in the comments below. And welcome to our channel. If you like this, if you want to see more of this, hit the like button or hit the subscribe button. And as we say here in Mexico, buen dia.